Thanks everybody for joining us this morning and taking some time out of your morning and your hectic schedules to just have a conversation about what we've accomplished together in 2022 and what the future looks like in the coming year in 2023. In the past, we've always done these Zoom meetings in early January, and they've been accompanied by a PowerPoint presentation with me droning on about various things various initiatives and kind of a summary of what we've accomplished and what the new year holds in store for us. And this year we're trying something a little different, a fireside chat, so to speak. I'll have a number of different team members join me throughout the course of this video and just talk about things we've accomplished and exciting things that are in our future. I've always struggled with the best way to communicate to all of you. We've got over 150 team members. We cover a footprint of about 250 square miles throughout upstate New York and western Pennsylvania. And I'm always looking for better ways to communicate to all of you on all aspects, every corner of the organization and what's happening, so you have better visibility on that. You have a better understanding of what we're doing as an organization, of how we're innovating, how we continue to grow, and what those opportunities also present for all of you individually in your own professional development. So again, thank you for taking some time to join us, and I'm going to start with a little overview of some great things that are happening in our Erie portfolio. The Erie portfolio has done very well over the last number of years. At this point, it represents more than a third of our portfolio. Because it had been ignored for so long, there was an opportunity to introduce new housing, to renovate existing properties like Willowwood and raise the bar. The Hammocks at Fairview has been a long time in the making. It is 126 apartments. It will become very appealing to the empty nester segment. It's going to be a fantastic project when it's complete. LECOM is certainly a very positive story on the economic growth front, with a growing student body, a medical student in need of quality housing and a quality place to study, and we've recognized that need. We've developed a very strong partnership with LECOM to provide not only the type of apartments but the amenities those students need, and now we've taken that to Elmira and are also looking at opportunities to bring it to Rochester as those kids leave the school environment and go out to their clinical rotations, many of whom come to Rochester. What I would say to our team members in Erie is that they're doing an excellent job in operating that portfolio consistent with our values. John and Doug, welcome. Thanks for making the trip in from Erie today. Just want to have some conversation about all the great things that are happening in western Pennsylvania and specifically in Erie. You know, I was thinking about it last night. Doug, you started in April, so you haven't even been here a year, right?
Right, that's right.
So in the 8 months that you've been here in 2022, what'd you find and what do you think are your greatest accomplishments in 2022?
Well, good question. Well, thanks for having me. Good to be here. And I think one of the greatest things is the fact that we're able to build a great team there, that I really inherited some great and very talented and loyal people. We've had some great results, both financially, for our partners, both internally and externally. So everybody seems to be on the same page. We've got a good group, good team there, and looking forward to great things ahead in 2023. Erie is a strong market for us. We have, as you know, over 1,400 units there, close proximity to LECOM, which is a strategic partner of ours. We've had tremendous investment by the company in the past 2 or 3 years, which is motivating to our team and our resident managers, and enriches the communities, each individual community with the investment that the company's put in. So,
And our resident satisfaction, the level of service we provide is really kind of a step above in Erie, wouldn't you say?
I think it is. I think it really is. That's really a testament to our leasing team and the accountability and communication with our maintenance group. I think we have unbelievable. When I first came here, I think we have unbelievable curb appeal. We spend a lot of attention to what the outsides of our buildings look like and the first impressions, and really how people. We want them to feel like they're coming home.
And we take good care of a lot of LECOM students as well, right?
We sure do. We've got 450 apartments, as you know, right across the street. Probably at any time we rent to maybe 200, 250 LECOM students, and we have a great partnership with them. That when I first got here, what I realized that Riedman has a partnership. A good partnership is formed by listening and trust and good communication. And when I heard that Riedman really dug deep into the LECOM needs and converted existing units and created units specifically for study rooms, what a win. And I know it's appreciated by the students and by the administration.
And because of that, of our willingness to do some of those things, it strengthened the relationship with LECOM, and that really led to developing 667 in Elmira, right, where LECOM opened a new school in Elmira, and picked up the phone and called us and said, hey, what can you do for us in New York what you did for us in Pennsylvania, right?
Absolutely. The Riedman reputation with LECOM is second to none.
And that's a testament to everybody, right? Our entire team, our managers, our maintenance people, just taking care of those, of all of our residents.
Not just at our LECOM units, it's in Alpine and Winchester, in new units and older properties as well.
And so, John, speaking of the older properties, you've done an enormous amount of work over the last couple of years to make those old properties new properties, right?
Absolutely. The Riedman family and the Riedman team has incorporated a ton of work and a ton of money into revitalizing some of the older communities that exist that we absorbed through the acquisition of the Pastore team. There's been a lot of capital improvement that's outside of the interior complexes, the new mail centers, revitalization of the pool areas in certain locations and certain properties, and the residents appreciate it. They notice it, and it keeps our residents happy.
Finally, we're underway with the hammocks at Fairview. It's been a long, long road. We've been talking about that project and planning on that for a few years now, and finally we've broken ground, right?
Yes, we have finally broken ground. It has been a monumental task to work through the township of Fairview, but we're excited to be offering 126 new units in the Fairview Township, and we have 90 that is the apartment style, and we'll have 36 that'll be of the townhome style with a clubhouse, with a pool, some nice amenities for the residents of Fairview. We're planning on starting vertical construction in late January here, and it should be approximately a 30-month project, and excited to bring a new product to Fairview of something that they're not familiar with out there.
Thanks again for making the trek over from Erie this morning to have a conversation. A lot of great things happening there. And now let's talk about some of the development work that is underway in New York. We have a lot of exciting things happening in the apartment side of our business. The hammocks at Geneseo will involve the addition of another 50 or 60 apartments there, bringing that property up to 210 units. We just broke ground on Northside Place, which is our first single-family for rent community, so it's not too far from 176 Denison in the city of Corning, about 2 miles away. It'll take us about a year to complete, but there will be 25 new homes specifically to rent. Corning Inc., Corning Glass is doing very well, which buoys the market. 176 Denison is doing very well. Woods Edge is doing very well. So adding an additional 25 single-family for rent to that portfolio made an awful lot of sense. City Harbor is probably the largest, most complicated project that we've undertaken as an organization. That will be in the city of Ithaca, located right on the water, on the outlet to Cayuga Lake. The way the whole project is being heated is utilizing warm water, treated water, being sent to the lake from the Ithaca sewage treatment plant. There's a large geothermal system to heat all of the apartments in the property. So it's pretty advanced, state-of-the-art development. Kilbourne Place on East is doing very, very well. We are actually 20% pre-leased, very extensive level of amenities and finishes. It's going to be a very desirable place for people to live. So as you can see, a lot going on in New York in multifamily development. Kilbourne Place on East continues to move forward. We'll be welcoming our first residents there on February 1st. The first move-ins will start to occur. Pre-leasing has been very, very strong. Thanks for everybody, all of our team members, and the great work that you've done to bring that project to fruition in a very challenging time. Jay, thanks for taking a few minutes and coming in to have a conversation about everything that's going on in our home building operation. You know, if you pick up the newspaper, you turn on the news, all you hear about are interest rates going to the moon and home building or home sales, be they existing or new homes, on a national basis. Getting very, very soft.
When it comes to homes and real estate, it really is a local market that we're dealing with. And talks of recessions, things along those lines, we still have a very low inventory. And having some perspective on that is important as we go along. I'm a relatively young guy, but I do remember the recession of 2008 and 2010. And with that, at the peak of that, we had over 36 months worth of inventory. So the number of houses, if we sold at the same rate, it would take 36 months before we were able to get through that inventory. Today, interest rates are double, still lower than where they were back in that time frame. But we have a month and a half, 2 months worth of inventory in those markets that we're located. Am I nervous? No. But we did it through a pandemic, and the market is constantly changing, and it's something that we don't necessarily have control over. We have control over how we react to those situations and the things that we do. I'm very proud of the team. We've got a lot of people that have a lot of years of experience, and we're going to weather this and come out that much better on the backside of it.
Just to wrap up, you know, we haven't talked an awful lot about our communities, but Southgate and Victor, Mendon Green and the town of Mendon, the cottages in the city of Canandaigua are some of the best markets that are in our metropolitan area.
Absolutely. Within Ontario and Monroe counties, there couldn't be better places for us to be. So looking forward, we're in great shape.
Maria, thanks for coming in and joining me this morning. You know that the core values are the bedrock of who we are, what we do every day as an organization. So let's just talk a little bit about, in your role as the head of human resources, what you're doing to reinforce those core values.
We have a recognition program that's currently in place called our Riedman Blueprint for Excellence, and that recognizes our team members that go above and beyond. And we've had that program in place for a little over a year now. Most recently, we've recognized Kirk Olson for the role he played in safety, and Tom Fago for going above and beyond for our marketing team, as well as Katie Messer for going above and beyond in her roles and duties. And we're excited that for 2023, we're rolling out a new program that's going to recognize employees for their years of service with Riedman companies. It's a way for us to celebrate our lasting partnerships with our own team members. So depending on years of service, there's going to be an award recognition with each one of those, beginning with using a years of service store. Employees will be eligible for a catalog service award when they have reached their 3rd, 5th, 10th, 15th, 20th years of service. Each increasing milestone year increases the dollar value of the gift selections. The value of the gifts will range between $110 for 3 years and up to $550 for 25 years of service. At the conclusion of this day, we're going to be rolling it out and letting people know that they're eligible for the award. We're recognizing the year that they're celebrating this year in 2023. What's exciting about the store is that our team members actually get to pick out their own gift.
Terrific. And did we talk about the pins?
So we will be providing every employee a pin that shows the year of service that they are celebrating this year in 2023. Everybody will be receiving that on their anniversary.
Personally, I look forward to being out and far more visible within the organization, and using the pins as a means to really connect with people. So,
So we're going to make that happen because we are going to actually schedule lunches during the year. You and the rest of the leadership team are going to be out in Erie and in the Southern Tier and in the Greater Rochester area to celebrate anniversaries with our team members at select levels of years of service. You're going to actually sit down and have lunch with our teams and be able to talk.
I'm looking very forward to doing that. Absolutely. That's one of the things I've mentioned a couple of times during this video that we always struggle with is connecting our more than 150 team members across 250 square miles. That's a challenge, and that's something I am intently focused on and a big priority for 2023. We have some additional perks, I think, that we're rolling out in 2023, some additional PTO.
Well, that's also in conjunction with the Year of Service Awards. So the last part of celebrating our years of service is, again, depending on the milestone year, additional PTO will be given to those recipients for them to enjoy during that anniversary year only. And we're going to provide that information to the individuals who are eligible.
Terrific. Maria, thanks very much for coming in, and we've got some great video to roll now of just a year in review, and great people and great memories in 2022. So thanks for watching this video today. I hope that you have found it informative. I hope that you have found it more enriching than a PowerPoint slide show. But I would also love to hear feedback from folks and how they are finding this to be helpful or not. At the end of the day, if this is not achieving that objective, then we need to continue to improve. So I look very forward to your feedback. Thank you all for everything we've accomplished in 2022. And I'm looking very forward to 2023 and what the future has in store. It will not be without challenges, but we have really a terrific team of people. We've got a terrific reputation, and I'm very confident in our ability to execute going forward. We are now going to go back to the live Zoom meeting, and if this has spurred thoughts or questions or comments, please share them. But again, thank you very, very much.